Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode, Coffee and Convo with Cody and Cayt.
Yep.
Happy Sunday. The week goes so fast. It's already the weekend again.
Yep.
It's kind of crazy.
That's the nature of time. It seems to pass.
Yeah. I feel like that's always a good reminder of time's going to pass anyways. So if there's something you've been excited to start or telling yourself you will start or procrastinating and putting off, start it this week. The time's going to pass anyways, and we'll be back to the weekend again very quickly. So it's going to pass whether you do it or not.
And then you'll wake up and you'll be old and out of shape and broken or whatever. So gotta do it while you can.
Gotta do it while you can. I'm a little sick today, so I'm sorry if I
sniffles.
Sniffling.
Yeah.
Got a cold.
Yeah. We'll make it through.
Yeah. All right. Well, today we are going to talk about one of our training principles. It's our training principle number 1, and that is to have fun. We don't talk about our training principles too much. When we were getting started with Hoopie, it was we decided on our core values and we decided on our training principles, and we use them when we're, creating programs or working with clients and just kind of guiding our process. But we don't talk about them directly very much. No.
Yeah, fun. I mean, the reason fun is number 1 because program adherence is the name of the game.
You got to stick to it.
If you don't stick to it, then it's not going to happen. And if you're not having fun training, you're not going to stick to it.
Yeah.
It's just the facts.
Yeah. It's a cliche, but consistency is going to be the most important part. So if you can find something that you enjoy, that's going to be the winner for you to stick to it and follow through.
Yeah.
Especially in the beginning.
Yeah. And there's, a lot of ways people can have fun in training. It's not always one thing.
Yeah. We've talked about this on almost every episode now, but fun and motivation is going to look different for everybody. But I think I've been thinking about it recently too, that with fun now, we might think it's quick hits of dopamine or quick things that are easier can be thought of as fun, but real dopamine is when you're doing something that's challenging yourself and pushing yourself, and then it might not feel fun in the moment, but on the other side of that is the pride that you did it and following through on something that is delayed gratification. And I think that's where sometimes we confuse what fun it really is going to feel like. It's not necessarily finding fun as in comfortable in the moment, and it is like you want to find the thing that you enjoy doing, but there's also going to be days that this doesn't mean you're going to wake up and want to do it every day. You're still going to have other responsibilities, other priorities, maybe just you don't want to do it. And it's, even if it is an activity that you enjoy and is fun, that doesn't mean it's going to be rainbows and butterflies every day. But knowing that real fun is on the other side of doing something hard.
That's what we call type 2 fun. Type 1 fun, it's 3 types of fun. Type 1 fun is fun during the activity and then fun in retrospect. Kind of like, I don't know, playing board games with family or something where, it's an enjoyable activity if you like board games. So it's enjoyable while you're doing it. And then when you reminisce or you think back, it's also fun to think about all the good times you had. Type 2 fun is not fun during, but fun in retrospect. So this is like all of the hard stuff that we're talking about, like we were reminiscing about the 100-mile race that I did, and that I can tell you that I wasn't having fun during especially the second half of that race. especially the last 25% of that race. I was not having fun. But Cayt was also not having fun during that last 25% of the run.
And I didn't really think we'd look back on it and say that was fun.
Yeah. Yep. She said you're never doing another 100-mile race again, is what she said. I knew that wouldn't last, but yeah, looking back on it, we were just laughing about how ridiculous the whole thing was, and like all the scary parts and all the pain and like all of the misery, and like it was definitely one moment where I wanted to quit, more than anything. But looking back on that, and that was a lot of fun. So
yeah, if you quit, you miss out on the other side of that.
That's why it's type 2 fun. And then type 3 fun is not fun during and not fun in retrospect, like botched surgery or something. So type 3 fun's not really referenced all that much. It's usually a type 2 fun. So that's the target, is the stuff that's like hard, but you look back on it and it's enjoyable to think about and reminisce on. And I think I remember reading one time about something along the lines of, you have like your experiencing self, like your persona, or the idea of yourself that is experiencing the thing in the moment. And then you have like your remembering self. So how you perceive the event later and how you remember it later. And basically, humans have a really great propensity to remember things as being not as bad as they were. Like, we forget about all of the pain.
Yeah, this is why in the moment.
Yeah, this is why people, and this may be like the root cause of it, or the reason why, but like childbirth and like how terrible that is, and like people, women will be like, I'm never having another kid, and then it's like 6 months later, she's like, or like, well, I don't know, whenever the kid's like 1 or 2, it just comes back around. At some point, it comes back around. Like, I think
a lot of people,
I think I want to have another one. And the husband's like, really? Because I remember what you said then, and you said never again, and now here we are, right back to the beginning. And so, yeah, you just you forget all of the, you forget all the bad stuff, and you remember all the good stuff. We do that with another good example is with ex-boyfriends and girlfriends and stuff. Like, you remember all the good stuff, and you forget all the terrible stuff. That's why people go back to their exes, is because they're like, oh, it was actually a lot of fun, and then they go back and it's like, oh, it's terrible. This is terrible. So there's something there about, being in the moment in that event, and experiencing all of the positives and negatives, and then being able to look back and see it.
I think for some of that, we like things that are familiar. We like things that are comfortable. Not getting out of our comfort zone and stretching ourselves and doing things that are definitely not going to come easy at the moment. Require us to be a little bit bold in the moment. Require us to learn, potentially fail. That's hard. That's hard as a human to consider that as, an option, but
yeah,
I think a lot of that is you have to, and that's kind of going back to the beginning, that was not leading into this, but time is going to pass anyway, so do things that you're, excited about and that you have on your mind to do, maybe bucket list items or a goal that you want to work towards. It might feel scary right now. It might feel uncomfortable, and the possibility of it not working out quickly. Like there's going to be some tension to work through and friction points, but the time is going to pass anyways. So we can get on our phones and we can scroll and we can watch the same show over and over again and do things that are comfortable. But if you want to look back on life with fond memories and experiences, you don't just get to the experience. You have to do the things that lead to that. And a lot of that is going to require a good stretch.
Yeah. Just an initial stretch. Find a challenge that, an appropriate challenge for the time and place. So if I wanted to run 100 miles and I've never ran 20 before,
Yeah. Breaking it down.
Yeah. Breaking
Seeing
it
what
down.
you can do today. Find your action items, work backwards.
Stepping stones.
Yep.
You got to find stepping stones. So if you wanted to revamp your whole diet and you're eating out and you're, not drinking water and you're not eating vegetables and whatever, then you just systematically,
Yeah, not all at once.
Like, easiest way is to pick out what is the easiest thing to get rid of. What's like the lowest hanging fruit? What do I do that is like I don't even feel that strongly about? I'm not going to attack the thing which is like the linchpin in my diet first. Like if I love Chick-fil-A, that's not what I'm going for first. I'm going to go for, I usually drink juice in the morning, but I don't even really care about that much about it. So I can easily switch it out for whatever. And juice isn't even that bad. Like, it's a bad example. I drink Mountain Dew in the morning, or like I drink,
Yeah, full
something.
sugar pop.
Or like I put sugar in my coffee and like I don't even like it that much. I could just do regular coffee, or I could do something else that's healthier. It's like I do that first, and then I just start, doing that for a while. And then I pick the next thing that's like slightly challenging. And like maybe that's, I eat this, but I could probably add broccoli to it or something.
Yeah, I think adding is a good way. And then you don't feel like it's a restrictive new habit, but adding more protein or adding a vegetable. And then that'll almost
subtraction by addition.
Naturally reduce other things.
Yeah. Yep.
But in general, all of these things, if you think of, like, say you do want your diet to be quote unquote perfect and you want to be at the gym 5 days a week, but right now you're not doing any of that.
Yeah.
That can be a good, vision to be working towards, but start with 1 day a week and start with one little piece that you're changing in your diet and build that habit so that it's a real part of your identity. And even breaking those down too, like sometimes just getting to the gym to be there for X amount of minutes, or it can look different for every person, but really making it small to where it does feel like you're barely doing anything at all. But that's the point, because it sneaks in, and then you can begin to add on top of that. And eventually, a lot of your habit, your life is looking different, but it wasn't this drastic, overwhelming overhaul. But I think that's what keeps us from starting a lot of the times, whether it's in the gym or not. But even like we're doing some house projects and there's a lot of different things. And if you think of all that needs to be done, it can be overwhelming, and then you freeze and you don't want to start. But if you just think of what is one thing I can do right now, and you get started, and then the momentum builds too, and you almost don't stop because you're building that momentum, that confidence, that, I don't know. I just think the starting point is often the hardest part.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to work out for an hour 5 days a week, you start out with like, you don't start out with an hour. You start out with like 10 or 15 minutes, and just build off of that.
Yeah.
You have to sequentially and gradually increase, like, what we know now is that there's a great deal of flexibility with people who are lactose intolerant and can't do like milk or dairy and stuff. There's a great deal of flexibility in being able to tolerate that stuff more and more. But if you wanted to do that, if you wanted to build up your tolerance for, milk and dairy and stuff, you don't just go out and like drink like 3 glasses of milk, You would do just, you would say, you're like, oh, I used to drink like 2 glasses of milk or a glass of milk a day or something. You wouldn't start with that. You'd start with something like embarrassingly small.
Yeah.
And then, it would probably upset you a little bit, but not that much. And then you would just slowly increase. I mean, you could really get scientific with it where you're doing like, I don't know, like 2 ounces of milk and then see how that goes.
Yeah.
Do 3 ounces. See how it goes.
Same with
4 ounces,
fiber. If you're eating like less than 5 grams or so a day and you want to get to the 25 to 40 gram target, if you shoot to that target, you're going to feel like crap.
Same thing with protein.
It has to be gradual or you're not going to stick to it just because it doesn't feel good.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to know the end state, but then not rush to the end state.
It's the guiding light.
Yeah, this can be useful to figure out. I mean, if you know what you want your life and your diet and your exercise routine to look like, that's great. I don't think a lot of people know that. But once you know that, then you have to just, like I said, increase gradually, titrate all of that stuff in, and not try to rush to that very distant future point in time where you're doing you're working out 6 days a week and your every meal is it's either meal prepped or it's like a healthy option that you buy out, or you can't just make all of those changes all at once. It's too much change.
Yeah.
Humans don't like big change.
Either.
Yeah, you have to do it. I mean, some people might be able to do it, but their bandwidth for like being extreme has to be.
Yeah.
But most people, for the most part, will be able to cope with these small changes over time.
Yeah, I think there are some that can do cold turkey, complete life switch, but
they're just extreme
for the most part. If you want it to be sustainable and consistent and something for the long haul to reach that ideal vision, it has to be incredibly small steps.
Yeah, those people that can do that are just like, they're probably people that they're extreme in other ways. Like maybe they're CEOs or like business moguls or something, and they're just very extreme, like all in type of personality, and but they're not like into fitness, and then they just like you flip a switch and then but that's just part of their makeup. Most people aren't like that.
Yeah, and the small changes can feel like they're not much, and that can be, you might be in a moment of just really motivated to reach that ideal state, but these little moments really do add up, and they might seem like they're not changing your life, but they're making a big difference, and every step is a good little penny in the jar of who you're becoming and what you're trying to build.
Yeah.
It's exciting to me. I think, just what are you doing right now and what's the next decision you have? We have so many opportunities throughout the day with, we talk about not snoozing, but like not snoozing your alarm or just getting up. What are you eating for breakfast? What are you eating for lunch? What are you eating for dinner? What are you eating for snacks? Those are already, what you're eating are already a few decisions, or just how you're planning out your week, when you're going to go to the gym. There are so many decisions during the day, and just focusing on that present one that you're doing rather than the whole big picture.
Yep.
What's in front of you right now.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to have a plan. That's really what it comes down to. Write down what you're thinking. If you're not doing that, this is like the bare minimum of like creating a plan, is that you write it down and then it's real.
Yeah. That helps in life too. If you feel like your mind is so overwhelmed with all of the things on your to-do list, and then you write it out, and you can kind of block it out for the days of the week and when things actually need to be done. Because in your mind, it feels like this all needs to be done right now. And then you write it out and you see, oh, that could actually be done on Thursday. What do I need to do today? And then it's not as overwhelming. This really all relates to life.
Yeah.
And I think when you can tie these things back together, it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And you learn a lot from training for life. It's awesome.
Yep. It's all the same stuff. All right, we're encroaching on 20 minutes, I think.
Cool.
All right.
Well, we could talk more on having fun. There's a lot we could go, but this was good.
Yeah. Yep. You have to enjoy your training to some degree. Not all the parts, but at least some of it. So, got to find out what you like.
Yeah. Have the bigger picture. Break it down.
Mm-hmm.
Find things you enjoy. Know that consistency is key.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing great.
That's it. Yep. All right, everybody.
All right. We'll see you next week.
See ya.